Hello, everybody. We're here with Elijah. I know we took a quick commercial break right there, but he's going to kind of give us some insight on some thoughts he has about this coronavirus pandemic.
Bullshit.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
All right, Elijah, the mic is yours.
Cool. So Brock didn't get to say it, even though he already said it, so I know what he said off the recording here. But what you said. You think we're going to be in shambles and stuff like that or whatever, and you were talking about the economy earlier. If you think about it, how much is gas?
Right now, it's like $1.86.
It's like $1, yeah, like $1.80 something. Like the lowest we've seen in like years and years and years, like since we've been able to drive.
The 90s.
Well, I mean, at least I'm just talking about with us.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We didn't drive in the 90s, so it doesn't really particularly matter to our age group as to what gas cost in early 2000 or whatever. So, like, right now, that's really cheap. Now, I know for a fact that we were talking about it at work the other day. Menards got sued for price gouging because they were selling paper towels around here, like a 3-pack of paper towels for like $34.
That shit happens.
Yeah,
and gas
that's
stations
illegal.
Get it all the time.
And that's
for
illegal.
Selling water.
Yep. And
like during hurricanes down south.
That's illegal. It's illegal. And then Valley got sued because literally a couple days ago, the Valley that's by Walmart on Riverside and Alpine, they were selling chicken for $20 a pound. They were trying to sell chicken for $20 a pound.
Would they get
in like
reported to the Federal Business Bureau?
Well, I don't know if it's like a personal lawsuit right now or what,
like actual federal level.
Like literally on the market right now.
Yeah, beside the point. Yeah.
But like I don't think I do think that in a certain degree, knowing what I know, not what I know, but what I think I know, and some posts that I've seen or whatever about the particular timeline. If this really is an American thing that we did on accident or on purpose or whatever all the way back, and no matter what, there's been so many people that have already said it's been a disease since 2019, like the mid-ish to the late end of 2019. It's not like boom, January happened and fucking however long.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick, kind of elaborate on what you said before we turn the mics back on.
Well, Darian,
about how this was how this started in 2019, essentially.
Darian had found it, and we didn't read all of the articles, so like I said, fact check it or something if you can, because I don't know if we still have it, if she has them all saved. So like,
but I don't want the FBI coming to my door.
Right,
so
I mean that's true. I don't want the FBI coming at the door either, but at least the very first thing said that the timeline of the coronavirus started from soldiers from America going to Wuhan, China, and they brought the disease from however many people just got put over there to China in Wuhan.
Now,
which it's been traced back though to Wuhan. And then I know that another one of the articles, a lot of people originally, which is what we all thought was the illegal contraband-esque thing of people were saying that the Chinese people were stupid and complacent and whatever, doing illegal trade, and they got it from the bat soup.
Yes.
But that was also that within those articles that was pretty much debated really heavily against because it was already there. Because when we started learning about it being from bat soup or whatever, it was like a parasite or a pathogen or whatever inside of bats that they were trading and eating and doing stuff illegally. That was debated for the simple fact that there were already people getting sick months prior to that, and it just kind of coincided, I guess, with whatever article that is inside, and that should be linked within the post that we had found with this, and that's been shared.
This is what it says. It says Fort Detrick, the United States Biological Warfare Lab, is where the coronavirus originated. It was forced to shut down when viruses leaked in August of 2019. U.S. soldiers were infected, and 300 of those soldiers went to Wuhan on pretense of taking part in the World Military Competition. And they didn't win a single medal.
It was like an It was like an army, an armed forces Olympics.
Weeks later, the first victim of coronavirus appeared in Wuhan. U.S. found to have 5 strains. Wuhan has 1. proving the United States is the origin of the coronavirus, which it's not proving that. Proving is
It's not proving, it's debating.
It's debating. So we can't confirm nor deny where this started, where this originated.
But it kind of is more coincidentally the fact that if this thing happened in August, at least in August, the very first case ever out of the country besides our own
and then
was in China in August.
1, 2, 3,
many sources.
4, 5, 6,
a lot of
7,
fucking sources.
8, 9, 10 different articles
That support the given timeline.
10 different sources, ladies and gentlemen.
And so like I said, we didn't get to go through it all or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's a lot of shit.
Lot of
and
research.
I'm sure that every article is like either, some government testimony things or like some paperwork that they put out for something or like, newspaper articles from China, which we're allowed to have, but like other people aren't allowed to see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like China has got a real grip on their government and what they're allowed to read and see and all of that stuff, but we don't really have that. We don't have that barrier blocking us from being able to see those things.
Which going on to like how given all the steps that we're taking, like everything that we're doing, meaning the government
that we're taking.
Minimalistic steps that we're taking, meaning the government telling us to stay indoors, disinfect, don't use these certain kinds of medicines. Was it anti-inflammatories, right?
Yeah, anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen.
Yeah, don't use those kind of medicines because that can actually.
NSAIDs, it'll say NSAIDs on the bottle.
Yeah. See, we have done our research here at Snoozefest Laboratories.
Hell yeah. The lab is up and running.
As I cough right in the mic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
6 feet broad.
Coronavirus.
Anywho, yeah, so those kinds of medicines, you're not supposed to use. Every step that they're telling us to do, it is very minimalistic. I mean, they're telling us stay inside. They said they're telling us to stay inside. Don't go outside. I mean, they're setting a curfew now for us too.
Well,
I don't
see,
know
a lot of that stuff is speculation too, because nothing has happened on a national level. It's pretty much been at a state by state basis. And you're right, it shouldn't be because to certain discretions, like there's a video out that was on YouTube, that's on YouTube now, that I don't know if it was like a councilman or something like that, but in Florida was literally like on the verge of cussing the shit out of their governor because they wanted to just leave everything the way that it was, and they waited like literally a week too long. And he was even saying that he was like, you guys want to say this and this about the people, but they're gonna pay your taxes and they're gonna pay for you to do this and that, and you're supposed to protect them and you didn't protect them, and we could have did this last week, we could have stopped large gatherings, we could have did this, and now we have this many infected. And like, he literally is getting dragged out of the room. Like, and he's on the council, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a 2 or 3 minute long video, but you can like feel that the dude is fucking dude is, and I re-saw it on YouTube.
Utilities off still.
They shut the utilities off, and the last time he even said it, he was like, the last amount of money that these people could have had, the last amount that they're going to have, because now you're putting is going to you so that you can use it, and then you're gonna want to shut the shit off after they already paid the bills, because it was already time for the bills to be collected, and now you want it to be shut off. You didn't want to save anyone. You just wanted another fucking paycheck. He literally was fucking yelling, screaming, wilding, and it's on YouTube. Just, Florida councilman, like whatever anger he acts to the governor.
I think that what people don't realize is everybody that's on that council, they're all elected.
Yeah, they are all elected, and that's totally true.
To vote for people like that.
And that's what, kind of segues, and I feel like into like what we wanted to put this on in the first place is like, I don't think we were talking about the gas prices. Yeah. I don't think that
kind of went off topic.
Because the price gouging is illegal, right? We have places here anyway, Rockford, Illinois, McChesney Park, currently we're like located close to Belvedere or whatever. We have Woodman's, and Woodman's has like not severe, but has like limitations to what you can go and buy. So like you can buy, Darian went the other day, you can buy 2 cartons of eggs now. You can buy a thing of milk or whatever. You can buy 1 thing of bread. You can buy 1 or 2 things of water. Like I know at my work, we don't have any water left anymore, but we were only letting people buy 2 things of water. After the first day, we let everybody buy 4. But we had like 9 pallets of water, which was like a grand total of like 13,000 water bottles. I was gonna say,
didn't somebody come into your work and pre-order 2 pallets of water.
Yeah, someone did pre-order 2 pallets of the water before we got them. So when we started with 10, we ended up having 8.
Right?
Yeah,
you just have to get a filter water system.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, before all of this started, I decided instead, also because Darian pointed this out to me, thank you, Darian, for the amount of plastic that I waste. Brita is not a sponsor, by the way. I went out and bought a Brita filter before all of this stuff started. And I can't even tell you how much money I have saved. Because all you need to do is buy 1 pack of filters, which cost $10. And I bought the biggest Brita filter that you could possibly buy, which is like, I don't know how many gallons.
I think it's like 15 or 17 cups.
Well, I think I got the big, like, dispenser one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so like a 5
I think it's like 35 cups.
Okay, so it's like a 5 gallon.
Yeah.
I think.
Probably.
I mean, like, my thing could be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anywho, and that only cost me $30. Which, at that, I have saved so much money in buying plastic water bottles. Not only that, but I can't recycle where I live. So not only that, but I'm saving the environment on not being able to recycle plastic.
Right.
If I were anybody, go out today. Stores are still very much stocked. Every store I have went to has been fully stocked on all of their Brita equipment.
Unless you live in California or Pennsylvania.
Which are droughts.
No, they're on full lockdown.
Oh, really?
Pennsylvania is on full lockdown, the whole state.
Oh. Well, unless you live in Pennsylvania or California.
I didn't hear about that.
Me neither.
I heard about California, but not Pennsylvania.
I didn't know California.
Well, I was telling people
York
at work,
City
which is
destroyed
another.
right now.
Yeah, New York City is definitely fucking destroyed. I can guarantee that.
Dude, even I saw a live stream today, which I don't know how accurate it really was, but
probably accurate.
It's probably accurate.
I was gonna say it was from 9 hours ago.
If it was a live stream, it's probably accurate.
It was from 9 hours from the time that I viewed it. But it was a live stream that I had seen of somebody inside of a Walmart. Half the power was cut throughout the store, and people were running. Glass was shattered. The store was empty. People were running with carts full of shit and just stealing shit.
Stealing shit, yeah, absolutely.
Looting.
Well, I was gonna say I'll say 2 things, I guess, real quick before we should get back to the economy part.
Exactly.
But
because we got off topic.
I'll start small. I work at on Saturday. Why not?
But we can't, because we talk bad about them.
I'm not going to talk bad about them. I'm just going to say something that happened the other day.
Fair enough.
Okay, whatever. So yeah, we'll edit it out in post. I work at a hardware store, and at this particular hardware store that I work, 12 people called off on Saturday
because they don't want to get sick.
Because they don't want to get sick, and this was before on Sunday we got. Part-time employees got 40 hours of emergency sick time to be able to use. It's not really technically an emergency, but you can use it and still be able to get paid a minimalist amount of money. Yeah. So, like, every once in a while now, I've been working around, like, 35 hours, 36, 32 hours. So, me taking the time this week, I only get 20 hours of time and then the 4 hours that I worked yesterday. But, whatever, And then full-time employees get 80 hours, so they get their, if they take 2 weeks off straight, they get paid as if they went to work every single day that they normally go to work. But on Saturday, a whole bunch of people called off. Well, on Sunday morning, our manager took some of my employees because I work on the front end. You know what I mean? Cashiering. Yeah. I'm a head cashier. Well, people on Saturday were going in. We had lines apparently that were like out the door. Like
for toilet paper.
For toilet paper and paper towels we don't have anymore. We don't have any toilet paper, we don't have any paper towels, we don't have any water. We just don't have anything. People were buying paint. We sold $56,000 of paint on Saturday. Of paint and lumber. Lumber we sold about $46,000 worth of. Yes, they are. Literally, people were telling them that because I was talking to people because I hadn't been working a week as it was. But anyway, underlying point, we have display tools and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you can see what you're buying, and then we have all of the stock underneath of whatever that boxes, is, and then, it's got a SKU number on it. People literally bought wire cutters at the store and went out the door and came back in and were cutting the wires that hold the display tools. We have no display tools. They stole the display tools without even having batteries in them. They don't even have batteries in them. They just stole the tools. We're missing right now 47 display tools.
That's a lot of money in merchandise.
It's a lot of money because any one tool, making a lot of money, you're actually, you're tens of $1,000s down, honestly, because I mean about 47 tools, and you say honestly, like, we got like electric wrenches and shit, you know what I mean, and like we got some drills and we got some saws and stuff like that. Like we're not like not everything is like a $300, $200 tool, but like. I think about the cheapest thing, especially, I'm just going to say this, Milwaukee is a brand of tool that a lot of people trust and stuff. I think the cheapest Milwaukee tool that we even have at the store is like $79. And then after taxes is around like $86. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, so if there's 47 of those, I mean, that's a solid, it's a solid over 10 grand. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then if you made 56,000 in paint, you really only made 46, but you rarely made any hardware sales. Like, you didn't make any tool sales because people stole all your shit. But back to an off topic, one more real quick, because we said Pennsylvania was on full lockdown. Actually, a group of guys just got arrested the other day in Pennsylvania because in the middle of the morning, about 5 or 6 in the morning, they put subwoofers on the top of their cars, and they were playing the Purge music and driving down the street. So they literally got arrested SWAT style. Like, the vans pulled up, full guns and everything, ready to fucking go. And I think it was 3 people. I saw a couple
things about people driving around playing the Purge music.
And I know just in Pennsylvania, inciting panic, dude, they got, like, right now, until at least their lockdown is over, they're flat out in prison. The court is closed. There isn't anything they're going to be able to do.
Dude, okay, well, 2 things. One, so stupid and so off topic, but the date the Purge takes place in the movie.
Yeah, is that what you were going to say?
2020.
Yep, Darian told me that.
And then, okay, not only that, but dude, did you see how many, like, rich people are getting out of prison right now? You know the dude who was, like, who was on our political bench for a convicted rapist is now out of jail because he's scared of the coronavirus and he was able to pay his way out of jail. Takeshi 6ix9ine.
Oh, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, he's now out of jail too, out of fear from the coronavirus, and they're just out of jail now.
That's solid, huh?
Did you guys hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they're out of jail. He wasn't supposed
to get out of jail, and his sentence was already mad reduced because he was snitching on a whole lot of people for doing a whole lot of other stuff anyways.
Yeah, they're both out of jail. Those are the first 2 cases that I've seen where they have been able to legally, not even legally, I don't know if it was legally, can neither confirm nor deny if it was legal or not. They bought their way out of jail.
I don't think he's a child rapist. I'm pretty sure he got charged with like felonious child pornography.
No, he said that Takeshi. He didn't think that the girl was underage because she said she wasn't.
Not Takeshi. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the guy who was on our political bench that I can't. I can't remember the name.
She's like 14 or something.
Yeah, she was 14. I could be wrong. She was 14. She was 14.
Yes, and
that's
she thought she was 18 or
yeah. Okay.
But apparently he was only like grinding on her. He didn't.
Yeah, I thought you were saying he was a rapist because I was like, he didn't rape that chick.
No, I'm talking about the older gentleman. He was on trial for a long time. He put up a huge fight, and they eventually just convicted him.
Yeah, they were like, fuck you.
And they threw him in jail, and then this coronavirus outbreak happened a few months later, and now he's back on the street.
That's solid, huh? That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's really fucked. Like, I mean, we got way off topic again, but
right. I mean, I know, but I mean, that's what happens when you're trying to do this stuff and whatnot. Yeah. But like, as far as the economy goes, I do think to a certain degree, well, not to a certain degree for this, I 100% believe it's a man-made strait, because this COVID shit has been in existence before. It's just never been as bad as it has been. And then coupled with the fact that the articles that we stumbled upon and the posts that we stumbled upon could be, which I'm not saying that it is, could be correct if a couple people accidentally got sick because they couldn't contain it or something happened, you know what I mean? It's literally like a movie, but if you think about it, movies are feasible things that we do in real life, you know what I mean? I'm sure something has happened to where, like, you know, you just can't contain the shit or whatever, and it breaks out on accident. And it's just, you know, people are saying like, oh yeah, it's not airborne or whatever. It's like through touch and fluid and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it kind of is, because if it's through respiratory droplets that you can get it from, it's just like
Coughing,
any normal cold. If you
sneezing,
cough, it's kind of
cold.
still in the air. It can dissipate a lot faster, but that doesn't mean that, like,
and
you know,
even
the
if it
6
lands
foot
on
rule.
something.
Right, if it lands on something, then
24 hours.
I know that. No, Darian, how long did you say it survives on surfaces for? Wasn't it like 9 days?
9 days?
No.
I thought it was like
up
9
to
days.
9 days on certain surfaces, but that's not confirmed.
Yeah, up to 9
The
days.
one that
I was about to say, it survives on clothing,
The
which I
one
heard
that
was up to 42
was
hours.
released. It has
still almost
4
2 days.
things on
Yeah.
it. 3 hours in the
9
air,
days.
4 hours on copper surfaces, 24 hours on cardboard, and 2 to 3 days on plastic and stainless steel.
Which is fucked though, because I mean, like right now we have wood, plastic. We probably have a certain degree, like we have
We got
aluminum,
cardboard
we
all
have
over the
cardboard.
fucking place.
Yep, yeah, like I mean, it just.
It's
even
everywhere.
3 hours in the air.
hours in the air.
3
though?
hours in the air is fucking insane.
What the frick?
I can cough and be here for 3 more
I've been
hours, and then
seeing
it'll still be
things-
there.
Thank God I bought 9 cans of Lysol disinfectant.
Did you really? Can I have one?
Dude, I got so many in the
Because I
cupboard right
can't
now.
find any.
I'm
We-
not even kidding. I bought Schnucks out.
Oh,
We
Like
good.
we
way,
scout-
You're one of
way
those.
before.
Yeah.
way before. I spent $700 on groceries
At the
just to-
place that
just
I
to
work at.
refuse everybody to go back to the
going
store.
back to
Yeah,
the stores.
right.
Yeah, because
Right.
it's flooded. It's
Right.
constantly
It is.
flooded.
Right.
And who knows
It
who's
is.
sick? You hear the employees coughing. You
Mhm.
hear the people in there coughing. You have to touch a bunch of door handles and freezers and shit just to get your food out of the damn freezer. You have to touch cans of soup that people were already touching to look at.
Right, to look at, and,
You know,
and
yeah,
like,
you
yeah,
just
a
have
whole
to.
bunch
You
of
have to
things.
touch.
Right,
You
right,
just.
right.
You're constantly touching stuff. Maybe that's just me. I'm a father of 2 children. I brought my son to the store, and when I brought my son to the store, I only was looking. I only went there to buy fucking diapers.
Right.
Literally, just went there
Right.
to buy my 2-year-old son some diapers. And as I was walking into the store, an old woman approached me, and she goes, "I was just admiring your handsome son there. How old is he?" And I said, "He's 2. Thank you for noticing." And she goes, "I don't know how safe it is for him to be out here." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Be like, bitch, it ain't safe for you to be out here.
She was an
Right.
older woman.
16
She was an
up.
older woman, so I was
16
just like,
up.
"Well, what are you talking about? I know the coronavirus is a thing. I know it's dangerous. I know it preys on the weak and it preys on the young and
But
old."
it can't be helped.
And she goes, "Well, my daughter works in the medical industry, and she just got I don't want to say deployed because she's not in the military, but she just got sent to the Beloit hospital."
Right.
And they said that Beloit was getting quarantined that weekend, and it was like a Friday, Thursday?
No, that was true though.
Like a Thursday, I think, and they said that Beloit was being quarantined Friday or Saturday at the latest. And I live in Rockford. Well, I live right outside of Rockford, right in Caledonia region, right? So I was very freaked out.
Right.
So I was like, okay, if this shit's really that close to my children, obviously I don't want my children to go back out there. I want my children to be safe. Full dad mode, right? Just buy everything I can. I got the money for it. Just buy everything I can. Make sure we don't have to go back out there, because I live with multiple people who have to go back out there. Their work depends on them. They're essential, I put that in quotes, employees.
Same hardware store. That stuff's ridiculous.
They have to go back out there. They have to talk to hundreds of people a day. They have to hand greet these people. They have to adore these people. They have to talk to people. They have to be within the radius, within the 6-foot radius the government is telling us to
Use and,
avoid. You know, like.
right.
So, like, I wanted to be prepared. Spent $700 just to prepare my
Right.
household, you know? And, you know, even at that, I still don't even feel safe. You know?
See, and like when I'm coming in still to talk about the economy, which I don't really think that I know, but like, you know, it leads back to it very easily, and like we kind of have to wrap up because I gotta get Darian back.
Mhm.
But like,
Yeah,
you
we will.
spending $700 and buying everything at normal price, regardless of what you're buying it for, the store makes. Theoretically, we're just going to say that nothing goes anywhere else. Wherever you go.
Also, keep in mind, I didn't spend $700 at one store.
No, I
definitely
understand
spent
that. I understand that. I'm just saying for the ease of example,
Exactly, yeah.
$700 without it going anywhere else goes to the store, right?
Yeah.
Now, we talked about gas already before, you know, we started our, you know, like, just like world talk.
Yeah.
Gas is cheap right now because I believe it was the Middle East and Russia could not strike agreements because whatever was going on with the coronavirus, the Middle East is right there with Italy, like in the zone. Right, you know what I mean? There. Like they're like you're not allowed to go there, and they're getting hit hard or whatever. Well, the Middle East though didn't. I believe it was the Middle East didn't want to compromise with their thing in Russia for safer work conditions. So what they decided to do was they cut off ties with Russia for their little thing. As of right now, like the production and like whatever with the oil, they just started working their employees overtime.
You know, like Russians are tough as fuck.
Like the stocks. I was there at work the last time I went, a week and some odd change ago, and this guy that I work with really into the stocks and stuff like that, kind of like Darian's dad and whatever, and he was just like, yeah, the price per barrel of oil like went down by like 70%.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so cheap, and it's incrementally going down absolutely every single day. So what I'm saying is like I think that not only is this man-made, not only could this be a political stunt, which it totally could be. I mean, like if you're making some stupid shit in a lab. And all of a sudden,
won't tell because, you know,
I mean, imagine 5 people have it, and now how many cases do we have, like, in the entire planet? Like, hundreds of thousands?
Okay, yeah, it's hundreds of thousands. Last time I checked the data, it was over 200,000 cases on the face of Earth. Up to 1,200 to 2,000 people have passed away from a result of coronavirus. 91,000 people have recovered.
Right. But it has like a reinfection rate, I guess, too, of like 14% or something.
Yeah,
so like that also helps, you know.
Because people can't fucking disinfect.
So all that in total, I just think that like as far as the economy goes, the economy itself, if in terms of the stock market, is kind of low because nobody really wants to buy anything because people are not they're not really worth anything. They're worth as much as they have. But when you can theoretically go to a store and spend $700 before, you know, the implementations that they put in place that you're only allowed to have so many things, you can buy somebody wholly and totally out of an entire store if you have enough money.
Yeah.
So like if you went into Walmart and literally said, you guys can check me out for the whole store, you're only worth as much stuff as you have in the store.
Yeah.
So you're not going to buy stock because you have no opportunity to go up. You only have opportunity to go down because when's the next time you get a truck? Could be in a couple days. It could be in a week. It depends on what you get on what truck. It depends on what your computer system says you need. But if someone were to come in there and just buy your shit out,
it's totally reliable, but that's the chart.
Okay. So Darian just pulled this up for us. This is the data on the infection of coronavirus, right?
400?
Okay, so worldwide confirmed cases are 422,629 confirmed cases.
Fuck.
The amount that have recovered worldwide is because the last time I checked it was only in the 200,000.
Yeah, that was the last time I think that we checked, and it was only a couple days ago. It was 2 or 3 days ago.
Worldwide, the amount that have recovered. You can pull this up too, straight up on Google.
I think I just put coronavirus. Well, I don't even know what I put.
Yeah, you could.
I'm sure you can
just Google. Yeah, just Google coronavirus stats on Google. It'll pull up this information for you. You can fact check it yourself and get the latest results. Worldwide cases of recovered 108,879. Now that sounds pretty good.
It's only a fourth of the people who even have it, though.
Exactly, and then the worldwide amount of deaths 18,895. Now in the United States,
sick mortality rate. It's kind of big, but it's not sick. It's not, like,
thank you, Darian, for pulling that up for us. Which also leads me to believe this. I think that this may also very much be a man-made disease.
Yeah, they just know how they already know how to get rid of it.
I was gonna say, like if you think about it, I think they wanted to cultivate this disease that is hazardous enough to spread. They didn't want it to spread overly. They didn't want it to spread like wildfire.
But they kind of did, though.
At the same time,
the original COVID.
But you think about it. They said that They said that the symptoms don't start until about
2 weeks after.
2 weeks after infection.
Like an incubation period of 2 weeks.
Which means
is why there's so many.
Exactly. Which means you could get sick with this virus, not even know, for 2 weeks.
Right?
And then
walking
go
around
out,
doing your normal shit,
coughing,
right.
sneezing, have this normal cold-like symptoms. You're taking these
Really?
anti-inflammatory medicines, ibuprofen,
Headaches. You
headache
take
medicine.
ibuprofen,
Yeah,
and now you're all fucked up.
And now you're really fucked up
Yeah.
because I mean, dude, it's just they have the smartest people in the world working on
the shit, right? Just because.
And then to think that, and it's just, if you really think about it, it's just as much as a common flu, but it's not
really
a common
just
flu.
pathogenic and chemical warfare.
It's really stupid, but at the same time, very, 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 very important to read up and acknowledge a good place you can always get a good reliable source. To me personally, these guys may think differently, Elijah and Darian may think differently. A good place for me to look for this reliable information would be the cdc.gov website.
I don't trust the CDC. I don't trust the WHO either. That's just me, though.
I personally think that that's a good place to start for any reliable information. It's a .gov website.
I think they're clinched by the balls by the government, which is why they're .gov.
It is a .gov website, which I don't entirely trust the government either. But I mean, it is a good place to start.
How many?
1,500.
In Illinois?
1,500 in Illinois.
1,535 in Illinois. Just guess what New York is.
I don't know the
Probably like
population of New York,
300,000.
but I know New York.
No, not 300,000. Well, I mean, there's a solid
We're
couple
the
fucking millions people there.
At 1,535.
I don't know. What, like 20,000?
New Jersey is at 3,000.
Oh,
so
Jersey's
what's
right now.
Yeah, so what, like 20,000?
New York is at
Dude,
26,000.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, I was
And
gonna
they
say
have
20, 25.
271 deaths so far. We have 16 deaths so far.
See, now another thing that
And
really
Chicago's
ticks me
taking this shit seriously.
I know they are.
Washington has 120.
After, dude, you see all those
Washington?
freaking memes?
Dang, I feel like that shit's just like so far away from the like. I mean,
Right?
if you're thinking
And
about
it got here.
if you're thinking about the United States, I feel like Washington, Oregon,
Is
they're
across
just
the
like
world.
fucking just over there. Like,
Dude,
it's
there's
literally
like
like
7,
days
8 states
away.
away.
Like, that's fucking nuts.
How many states away is New Mexico?
States away? It depends
States
on
away.
it depends on how you drive, but like what, like 5?
5 states away? So then that would
You can
mean...
go through Missouri or Iowa. You go through Oklahoma. You go through bits of Texas.
Are those
You go
to
through
the-
bits of.
Looking at a map, are those to the left?
Yes, New Mexico is southwest.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Iowa? Where's
Yeah,
Iowa?
it depends because you have to take interstates. I mean, if you're talking about flying in a plane, you only could probably have to literally fly
I guess
over
I was
like
thinking
2
plane.
of them, like or
Yeah.
something stupid
I was
like that,
totally
like
thinking
border-wise.
plane view. These guys drive. I was thinking.
It takes about 22 hours without stopping to drive. And I know that we've gone through Iowa or Missouri. You definitely go through Oklahoma on the Pike Pass.
All right, what do we got?
This is where we are.
Yeah.
This is New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, Iowa.
So yeah, when you
You
drive,
go through Missouri,
Okay.
and then you'll go through Kansas.
Yeah.
and then
And you'll
Oklahoma.
dip down into Oklahoma
And then
and
Texas.
Texas,
So it's
and
4.
end up in New Mexico.
So it's about 4
Four-
states away,
4
and then you
states
end
away.
up in the 5th of New Mexico. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the way that we typically take.
And
Well, yeah,
and you
4
can
states.
take Iowa, but then you have
It's
to
longer.
still
It's a little
go.
longer.
You still go through Iowa or Missouri, so that's 1 and 1, and then you have to go the same exact way practically. They like meet up
meets
with
up,
each other,
yeah.
so it's 4 states away.
Well, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer because I know it's getting late, and I know we could
Yeah.
go on for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours about this. But however, I do want to say thank you guys for having a quick discussion about it. Thank you guys
Absolutely.
for joining me.
Yeah.
And
I'm
real
gonna
quick,
do a PSA.
Yeah,
do a
me too,
PSA.
as well.
Yeah, there is a lot.
there's a
more that
lot
could be
more,
said.
and we'll
I-
probably be back on this discussion as the event just continues.
I want to talk about how they're killing old people for not having to pay Social Security money, but whatever. I know it's late. It is late, but literally PSA. I was a person originally that really thought this was going to be a conspiracy theorist thing. I really thought it was going to be like not real. You know what I mean?
neither.
I just thought it was going to be not real.
I thought it was
I
fake as
firmly
well.
believe that it is
Wanted
real.
it to be fake.
I firmly believe that it is real. I don't believe it's real in the reasons people are saying it is. I don't think it was an accident. I don't think that China started it. I don't think that I don't think
it came from a bat.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it came from a
I mean,
bat.
I
you know what I
literally
mean?
just want to see the biological tests
Right,
where they
makeup,
have they have wild bats that they
That
test
just
and
have
they
it.
are
Yeah,
carriers.
that they just
like,
have it,
why
right.
can they test mosquitoes
But you can't
as
test a
carriers
goddamn
of
bat.
other
You can't
diseases?
test
But
a
you
piece
can't
of
link
bat.
it literally.
Right.
Like,
they're just gonna say that because Chinese people are weird and they eat weird stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Fuck that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. However, that's a discussion for another time.
Right, but the PSA is, you might be able to have it and you might be able to survive it if you're within whatever kind of prime range. Even if children have it, they have pretty much proven now that even when children have it, they really have good recovery. You know, people in their 20s and 30s and 40s have a pretty good rate of recovery. You know, 20s and 30s obviously being better than 40s and 50s, but it'll still fuck you up.
Some people are totally asymptomatic the entire time they have it. They never even knew they had it.
So, you know, you don't have to, if your state's not on lockdown, if you're listening to it somehow, you know, this podcast gets out somewhere and you've come across it by chance, by the title or the channel or whatever, you can go outside, okay? Like, you can do things, but everything that you do poses a risk to you. And you have to understand that it needs to be risk versus reward. But it also does mean that whether you get it and you survive does not mean that you are going to be around people that are going to be able to get it and also come through it the same way that you are. So the reason that certain things are happening even in the government, whether they're controlling it or not, is that the infection rates are so high because it has an incubation period of about 2 weeks, and you can give it to people that you are not intentionally trying to give it to.
Because you don't even know
because you don't know you have it yet.
Because you have no symptoms.
And that doesn't mean stay at home all day, every day, until finally someday a vaccine or cure comes out that's going to get rid of it forever. Because it just won't, for one. And even if it does, it still was put here, in my opinion, for a reason. And it's here literally it is just here for a reason. So you need to be careful. You know, wash your hands like a normal fucking human being. Don't touch your ass and put it on your mouth. Like, don't be an idiot. Don't go to the store and touch a whole bunch of things and then, you know, touch your face and hug your wife and kiss your kids and do things like that, because you need to be careful in general. And I know that everyone cares about the people that they care about, but we all need to start caring about the people that we don't even know. We need to start caring about people that are strangers, because this thing it could have the potential to literally be the most infectious disease on the planet for no reason besides people don't really give a fuck about it. And you don't need to be hard-headed about it.
Completely infested, but if you look at how big it is compared to the United States, we don't know what can happen.
We don't know what can happen. We really do not.
If it spread as fast here as it did in Italy,
we'd be done. I mean, we'd be done. Like, there would be a really good chance that obviously a lot of people would recover, but our healthcare system would not.
It's atrocious, is what our
the elderly and immune compromised probably will not recover, and that affects me personally. So
wash your hands, be safe, and take it seriously, and do a little bit of research. Don't freak yourself out. Ride it out.
I couldn't. I could not agree more. I don't know what the fuck that just was.
We'll fix it in post.
However, I just want to say real quick, we're gonna end this thing off strong. I want to agree wholesomely with what both these guys said, both Elijah and Darian. Elijah, you made a bunch of fucking good ass remarks.
Thanks for having us on the cast.
Abso-fucking-lutely, every single time. You guys are my main two strongest brains that I got out there right now. Thank you guys absolutely so much for coming and just giving your piece about the coronavirus and everything that's going on. I'm not even kidding. These two are some of these most smartest, in-depth, most educated, self-educated too, might I add. That they do their own research. They take the time, they sit down, and they really educate themselves on these kind of things before we actually have a topic. And you know what? They're absolutely right. Elijah and Darian both touched down on some very important topics. I just want to make a quick PSA before I cut this thing off. Elijah, you said just wash your hands. Don't be touching stuff. Don't go out into the stores and be shaking people's hands, even if they're your friends. Don't shake their hands and you know, expect them, and just exactly, just take precautions. Exactly. Right. Now is the time to really just kind of play it safe. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds pandemic and stupid, but you know, that's kind of where we're at right now. We are in a pandemic. It's scary and it's also stupid at the same time to some people, but you really can't play it too safe because, like I said earlier in the cast, I got 2 very, very beautiful children. I play it very safe. I disinfect my home at least once a day, which the CDC recommends that we do, is disinfect at least once a day. CDC.gov, represent. Anywho, just wash your hands, disinfect at least once a day, and just play it safe. Don't be kissing on everybody and shaking everybody's hand and doing some
phase is over.
Crazy stuff.
Wow,
and
way to kill my vibe.
The whole phase is over.
and either way, just disinfect and just wash your hands. A lot of people for some reason said that washing your hands isn't going to save you from coronavirus. It won't.
It'll save you from something
else. It will slow this thing down, and I promise everybody that we will get through this thing together, because you know what? We all share the same rock. And you know what? At the end of the day, even if we all do die, we're still buried in the same rock. So we still share the same rock even after we're dead. There's no getting rid of us. So you know what?
Don't be a douchebag.
Exactly.
PSA for the day. This has been Snoozefest Gaming.
We're all neighbors.
Snoozefest Podcast. We really have enjoyed anyone who, puts in any feedback, leaves us any comments, leaves us any likes. We're trying to do it as much as we can. We want to have a lot of minds and voices in the same room. It's been a little bit hard with a lot of the things that are going on. It's been hard with compromising interests. It's been hard with work schedules. It's been hard with school schedules and cancellations. And
coronavirus.
And coronavirus, all of the stuff that's going on. It's been a little bit difficult. But we really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Anybody who's tuning in, friends, family, any, stragglers. We like the stragglers, we like the strangers, but
leave us recommendations of what to talk about.
Absolutely. Anything you guys want to hear, anything you guys are passionate about, we can be passionate about too. And just keep checking back.
And as always, we will see you in the next podcast. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching.